Imagine yourself in Rome. 400 majestic columns surround you. Aqueducts paint the horizon. The Colosseum roars with 50,000 spectators. You stand in the heart of the most powerful empire the world has ever seen. An empire that has dominated for nearly 1,000 years. Now, if you told a Roman citizen that in just 76 years, their glorious city would be rubble, they would call you insane. Rome is eternal. Rome cannot fall. Now shift to today. Times Square, New York City. Towers of steel and glass scrape the sky. Stock tickers flash all-time highs. A military presence spans the globe. If I told you that by 2026, the foundations of this American empire would suffer irreversible fractures, you'd have the same reaction. America is too big to fail. But history isn't chaos. It's a pattern. A cycle of ascent and collapse driven by unchanging human nature. We aren't unique. We're just the latest cast in an ancient play, and we're entering the final scene. The most disturbing part of Rome's fall isn't that it happened. It's how closely it mirrors our present moment. The similarities are numerical, cultural, and impossible to ignore. Rome didn't collapse overnight. It was destroyed by a slow, invisible poison. One precise economic decision that hollowed it out from the inside. Today, America has consumed that same poison. The symptoms are identical. And by the historical timeline of empire life cycles, we are nearing our expiration date. The year 2026 isn't random. It marks 250 years since the founding of the United States, which is the average lifespan of a dominant global power before it undergoes a violent reset. This isn't about ancient ruins. This is a mirror to our own civilization. We re-isolating the single fatal error that destroyed Rome and showing how America is repeating it faster, and on a much greater scale. It all started with money. For centuries, Rome used the silver denarius, a coin of nearly pure silver. It was honest money, real value. But success breeds complacency. As the empire expanded, the costs became crippling. To pay for the army and for bread and circuses, to pacify the masses, emperors ran out of silver. So around 64 AD, Emperor Nero made a fatal choice. He debased the currency. He melted down silver coins, mixed them with cheap copper, and reissued them. Primitive money printing. Over the next 2 centuries, the silver content of the denarius plummeted from nearly 100% to less than 5%. The government had quietly stolen the wealth of its people. The result? Devastating inflation. Prices exploded. Savings were wiped out, the middle class vanished. When money died, trust died, and when trust died, the empire died. Now look at us. America also started with hard-backed money. The dollar was a claim on gold. But in 1971, President Nixon did what Nero did. He severed the dollar from gold, making it pure fiat-backed only by faith. Since then, the debasement has been relentless. We don't need to melt metal. We create trillions with keystrokes. Look at the national debt, over $34 trillion and climbing. We pay for it by printing. Every new dollar weakens every saved dollar. You see it in your grocery bills and housing prices detached from reality. Historian Sir John Glubb analyzed empires across 3,000 years and found a consistent 250-year pattern. Pioneer, conquest, commerce, affluence, and then decline through debt and currency debasement. America was founded in 1776. Add 250 years, and you land on 2026. Every box is checked. Rome's final error was believing it was exempt from economic law. America's error is identical. 2026 is not the end of the world, but it may be the breaking point. The signals are flashing. The poison is already inside. The final act has begun. Thanks for watching.